Wicked Witches. It's the Leo full moon and we are going to be writing the future today, which is very exciting. I've got my gorgeous notebook. I sent people out, I said go and buy yourself an amazing notebook and get yourself a lovely pen, and we are going to write the future because a lesson in magic or a teaching in magic is that everything's already happened thousands of times and everything is happening as it should. And so just enjoy the ride because it's all happening as it's meant to. And we are, gotta look at my lovely pen. So this is my Christmas present from Dizzle. It's called As. And I've also got this lovely little inkwell thingy. And then I've got some rose scented ink. Ah, how lovely is that? So that's my writing set I will be using this evening to write the future in my magic book. And I'm very excited because it's just a really lovely practice to do. So you make sure you do close, middle and far. Well, you don't have to. I try and do this generally in my journal writing. So I've been keeping a journal since I was 8, and that's how I've learned to write. And I write with a completely unique style. So everyone who reads my writing is like, you don't sound like anybody else. And it's very personable and open and authentic. And the reason why I sound like that is like if you have a guitarist who has taught themselves the guitar and they've practiced every single day for like 15 minutes at least every single day for 30, I was 8 when I started writing it, so 38 years. I'm not very good at maths. Yeah, that's right. I'm 46. Yeah, 38 years. Then you're going to have, you know, if you were practicing a guitar, then you're going to have a guitar skill and style that you've developed over that time. And I have done that with writing. So I've written every day since I was 8, and I've got my whole life written down. And I've gone through different phases of the way I write. I've done it in comic books. I've done it in poetry. Whatever cult or weird thing I've been into is reflected in it. So with the way I write, we'll cover what I've written so you can't see it, but like at the top it has the moon cycle and the so I have my menstrual cycle on one side, the moon cycle on the other, the symbol for what point in the year we are, so the in bulk symbol, and then the star sign we're in, Aquarius. So I always know, so I put that at the top of my journal, and it means that I always know where we are in the cycles. And then I use it for also writing like my moon, like my notes for the moon ceremony and stuff. So yeah, just putting things in there. Fairly nice. I just do it every day. I do it every evening because the morning pages is you do in the morning, and that's like a way of emptying your brain. This is more, it's called a mirror book, I think, but it's a journal. So I write it at the end of the day, and it's my kind of like, this is what I learned. But I started to write close, middle and far because when I found Anne, I'm trying to say Anne Frank, not Anne Frank, Anne Clark, who is my guardian angel, who's the woman whose house I squatted and found all her possessions in the flat. I'm looking up there because there's a picture of her and the hip bone, which isn't her hip bone. I thought it was her hip bone, but I found all her journals and diaries and stuff. And reading her diary all the way through, I was like, oh my God, we are so similar. Me and her are so similar. But she came a cropper and died in the house on her own as an alcoholic. And over time, I actually realised that I think she was quite autistic, although I think I'm a little bit autistic. So, but yeah, I think she was further along the spectrum than I am. And she didn't ever write close or far. So her journals were just who she slept with, where she'd been, what she'd been up to. Whereas like I will write about how I'm feeling and I'll write about the government and what's going on globally, whereas she never did any of that. So yeah, when you're doing this practice, this magic practice, well, I think you should start keeping a journal. It's just a really good thing to do. It's a really good way of like processing and clearing yourself out, but also to write the future. So that's what we're doing tonight, which I'm really excited about doing. We're going to write the future. We're just going to write journal entries as if it's true. And like, for example, today I got a book deal. A publisher got in touch with me. Curtis Brown got in touch with me and said that they'd love to publish my work, and they've offered me 15 grand for this book, and then a 15 grand advance for the next one, and they've asked me to speak at the Hay Festival, and I'm going to share my work with the world, and I'm so excited. And just the more detail you put in, the better. So like they wrote to me on embossed, beautiful gilded paper, and it was signed off by, I don't know, Anita, I don't know the name of anyone there, but like someone that I, you know, find out who it is you want it to be from, and just be as specific as possible. And then like close and far, that's a middle thing. Close would be like something beautiful, like Diz turned up today and said that he's come up with a way of us being able to raise the money for us to be able to build our house together. And I'm really excited and inspired because he did this off his own back, and it was really exciting that he did that. And also I'm really excited that he's as committed and passionate about doing this project as I am, and that we're going to do this together. Or like me and Diz kissed today in front of the window of our new Hobbit house that we've built together, and today was the day where we moved in. You know, right, that's close. And then far would be the COP30 was a huge success. All of the governments have agreed that they're going to phase out fossil fuel before 2030, and you know, something like that. So that's what we're doing. We're writing journal entries as if they're true and as if they've happened, because we live in time loops and we can do this. So it's called time gardening. So I'm really excited about doing that. So I'm doing this video before the ceremony. Normally I do it after. That's a time loop. So we already know what's going to happen at the ceremony tonight. And I'm going to do a reading, which is just to sort of set myself up, set the whole thing up for tonight. We're working with magic, chaos magic in a way. It's chaos magic, and we are going to be playful and just dream a better world into being. It's a great big cosmic joke that we're in this forever looping reality that we are experiencing new the whole time, and being so freaked out and perplexed about it. And it's just like, you've actually been here before. So it's a big cosmic joke. So to you know, enjoy it, have a laugh, and let's live into the reality that we want and we are creating. Shining a torch into the darkness. So that is, off we go. We're going to shine a torch into the darkness, into the future, and we're going to create something new. And in the physical world, we're going to create what's necessary. And necessity, physically, it's like, it's necessary for us to begin to start like breaking from the script and the narration of the story that's just being fed to us, because we can see how that's playing out. We just have to look at the news. So anything is possible, and this is with our communication. So there is no limits. So let's write whatever anything. Doesn't matter how realistic or anything it is, just write it into being. It's a new dawn, and this is our passion and our drive. So something new, creating something new, and letting it be a new dawn and a new era and a new everything. Don't feel, and that's the Leo full moon as well. Like in this Aquarius moment, everything is squaring with Uranus. We've just got this real powerful moment to be able to go, fuck this, we're going to do something completely different. And harvest. So this is a spiritual harvest. So all this work we've done and have been doing in our inner worlds, and you know, developing ourselves and growing as human beings, kind of navel gazing to an extent. We've done the work, we've done the healing. It's time to like get out there and start doing the stuff. So it's time to reap the rewards of our past efforts and to start being the architects of the future. Very exciting stuff. So I'm just going to pull some clarifying cards. The Knight of Swords. So he is very fast and clear and cutting away, but also like just very clear with his ideas. Can you see how, you know, like when you have those days where you you've written the email well, and you've got it clear what you're going to say and what you're going to do, and it's just like, and you're like this knight with the sword. So yes, clarity of ideas, powerful. Look at her, she's a Leo queen if ever there was one. Wow. So yes, fully in your sovereignty, sitting back and sitting into your power. Oh, it's just such a Leo. Leo is your sovereignty. So where is just your crown and your throne and being, so a sovereign is in service to the land. You are in service to the land. So how to be this powerful ruler and of your dominion, but being in service to the greater good and to the bigger picture and to the land. That's our role, and yummy. It's time to change the story. Yin and yang. Figure I can put you out. It's my favourite symbol. I think they're both my favourite symbols actually. The infinity symbol and yin and yang. Balance and harmony, and the snake swallowing his own tail, and just, yeah, let's let the antics begin. We're gonna write a story. It's gonna be better than the one we've got already. Going to do. What song's that? Oh, I think it's Finger Brothers. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay, so pick some cards from the goddess. Just give us a little nudge and wink. So this one's the nudge. Ha! I think this might be me. I know the woman who makes these cards. Magic. I've got a feeling that's me. She did do a portrait for me at one point. It was a different portrait, but she kind of uses them to then, yeah, I don't know. It might be me. Anyway, magic. Yeah, make it magic. Make it magic. As my darling friend Sandcrab, who is no longer with us, used to say, you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. And I've put all of this in an article this week in the Guernsey Press, and I love it. I love that I'm getting away with saying all these things in the Guernsey Press. It's hilarious. I write a column for them every fortnight for the moons. And I'm literally inciting revolution. It's great. They don't seem to have noticed. I don't tell them. Show up. This is the Leo card as well. So put on the fucking... We're going to sprinkle magic all over everything. And we're going to cover it in glitter. And we're going to make it one big... Life is a cabaret, old chum. Yes, it is. So we're going to fucking party and make it sparkly. Put on some nipple tassels. This is the reality we're going to live in, not the whatever that thing is. Whatever that shit is that they've made up. Oh, here's some laws that I've made up. Oh yeah, okay. Cool. Now we're going to do this. Because we made it all up. Well done, twat. You have the power to choose. Precisely. I love her face as well. She's like, yes you do. Fuck you, Donald Trump. Anyway, there you go. You have the power to choose. Fabulous. And then let's pick ourselves a little deity for supporting us in our journey. I like her. She's sexy. You have the power to choose. Oh, I love her. I think she's one of my favourites. The broken goddess. Breaking habits. So this is about us breaking, and I have a badge that I wear that says blessed are the cracked for they let in the light. And let me see if I can pronounce her name. I'm gonna have to look it up. It tells you how to say it phonetically on here, and it's always better if I do that. Akilan Deshvahi is one of the various forms of the Hindu goddess and is known as the never not broken goddess. She's often depicted broken into shards as if one has dropped a sheet of glass. However, these breaks do not hinder her nor bring her sorrow. Instead, they are the essence of her power. Akhilandeshvahi uses this power to help her followers remove themselves from toxic situations and unhealthy routines. When broken down into its constituent parts, akin to the goddess herself, her name can be translated as Supreme Goddess who rules over the universe. So, we are giving up. Well, you can do what you want, but I've given up drinking. I'm not necessarily giving it up forever, but I'm having a dry 2025 because it's a 9 year, and 9 years is all about purification. And like next year's the year where that's what this harvest sign is. We turn the lead into gold. We turn all the shit into gold next year. I just feel like I need to be really on it this year. I haven't got time for hangovers. So life's too short to just be hungover, do you know? I like it, I enjoy it, I love partying. I'm not saying I'm giving up everything else, just the booze. But I am absolutely not going to waste my time with hangovers this year. And I feel great for it. And because I've said it's a year, it's got a similar vibe to when I walk the pilgrimages. Because they're 500 miles, you don't care if you take a wrong turn or like, it sort of takes the pressure off. You just relax because it's such a long way that you're not like, oh God, this is really tiring. Oh my God, whereas I feel like if you give up for a month, there's an element of that. Like, you're like, oh, if you're going to go for like a 10-mile walk or something, or a 14-mile walk, you're like, oh, and you're just doing that in a day. When you're walking 500 miles, some days I walk 8 miles. It's not that far, but like, you just take your time and you just chill out about it. And I feel the same about not drinking for a year. I haven't said I'm giving up forever, so I don't have the like, oh my God, I've given up booze feel. I'm just like, I've just given up for a year. And I just feel like it's such a long time. There's no point being like, whoa, about it. I'm just like, and I'm really enjoying it. I feel so good. And I'm so busy. Like, you think, especially on an island where there's nothing to do other than go out to the pub and drink, but you'd have nothing to do. My calendar looks like I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is the busiest time of the year for me back in the UK. And I'm not. I'm on an island where we have to make up our own everything. Everything's made up here. We literally make it up as we go along. So how I've managed to fill my diary up, I literally don't know, but I'm busy all the time. And it's great. I love it. I'm having a good time. So breaking habits, I'm breaking the toxicity. I just feel like it's just time. If you're in a toxic relationship or anything that's happening that you're just like, I don't really enjoy this job, I don't like living in this place, I don't know if it, just literally time. It's time, because we've got other things to be doing. Like, there are more things to be doing. We've got to get on with things. We haven't got time for hangovers. We haven't got time for shitty boyfriends or girlfriends. We haven't got time for stupid jobs. We haven't got time for bullshit politics. There just isn't the time. We are at kind of the front line now in terms of the environment and the climate and fighting against fascism, and it's now or never, 20, 30 years time, you're going to be thinking about some much bigger things that happened than you are about this particular little thing that you're currently thinking about. There are going to be some bigger things that will have happened between now and then, and it would be better if you were the right side of all of that than just like, oh, that suddenly happened and I didn't even notice because I was so busy, or like I missed out on enjoying the fact that I could still travel or whatever. Like, I had that freedom and I spent the whole time worrying about or being in a job I hated, and it's like, I've not got long left before things are going to be significantly different to how they are now. So crack on with A, enjoying it, B, learning how to do things without things being quite the way they are. Go do that course, go find that thing. And also, this year is the year of mastery, and we're already losing our masters. We've lost David Lynch, Marianne Faithfull, Tom Robbins, the author. Like, our masters are transcending again, which is what happened in the last 9 years, which is 2016. But there's the opportunity for us to transcend up as well, become a master. I have seriously honed my writing this year. I feel like I'm an actual, I've been a writer for a while. I've had 3 books published, but like, my writing is, I'm now like confident about my writing, which feels good. I'm a writer, and I'm really pleased with my writing, and I'm really enjoying that. And that's happened in this winter creation hibernation time. I've definitely upped the ante, and I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait for it to be out in the world. And that's what I feel like I'm doing this year, is getting that going and just for it to be out there in the world by next year when the lead turns to gold. All exciting stuff. So crack on, guys. Be awesome. Lots of love. And enjoy your Leo full moon. Don't forget to put your crystals outside and put some water outside. I have a jar. My mother-in-law made me this awesome jar with little toadstools on top. It's good to use a jar because it stops like my cat's drinking from it or whatever. Yeah, put that outside and put it under the full moon. And then you've got moon water, and we'll have some ferocious, fearless Leo moon water ready for use for our magic spells. So enjoy writing the future, make it great, and I'll see you in a fortnight. See you then on.